Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. Today I got the Bytech Art of Technology 3D printing pen. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea what this is. I have never heard of a 3D printing pen. First thing that went to my head is the 3D printer, but it's from Five Below. You can draw with it, develop spatial skills for adults and kids, and it looks like it has quite a few features in the back. Printing material, polyitic acid, molding, three-dimensional molding. Listen, I don't know what's happening with this pen, but let's go ahead and unbox it together and see if it can, well, whatever it does. So if we look at the side of the box, again, I had no idea what this pen does, but it looks like if you put it on paper, you can do kind of like designs on paper amongst other things. And it looks like the ink is blue right here, and you can build actual devices. So I'm guessing that the layer hardens and allows you to basically build different things. My wife is going to love this. I told her about it, and she was like, well, what is that? I'm like, listen, I do not know. I do not know. So right here, we have the pen right here. Looks like it does have a power button. It needs to be plugged in. I'm wondering if it could be charged. Maybe, maybe not. But we'll find out in a little bit. So we put that down for right here. These are the instructions. We'll take a look at that in a moment. This right here is the pen stand. So I'm going to go ahead and place that as is right there. This is the USB. I'm sorry. This is the USB-A. So it's like this is how you charge it. And this is the actual power cable for you guys that are wondering how it goes inside. I'm just going to go ahead and show you. Pretty self-explanatory, but hey, this is a video, so you don't have to wonder anymore. So that's the charger cord right there. I'm going to push this box to the side for right now. And right here, this looks like I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is probably the feeder. I'm thinking that you probably put this inside of the hole right here, if I had to guess, and you press the pen up and down to make it work. I don't see any power button or anything so far, but that's okay. Just wanted to show you how it looks. Let's put that to the side, and I'm guessing based on the picture that we saw, these are the different colors that actually come with it, and it's coiled together. So it's looking like a decent $10 purchase so far. And right here, actually, you know what? Let's go to another section and we'll talk about the instructions. So right here is the instructions, guys, and I included a segment just for that so that we don't even have to guess what's going on. All right, so here we are. Let's see, there's nothing really on the other side worth noting. All right, now let's look at this side. So right here, it shows the instructions, what comes with it. These are the operating instructions. Connect the USB cable to your power outlet, like we talked about earlier. LED light will turn on red. I will do this in real time for you. I will do this in real time for you guys so you see how it works. It actually shows you how to load the information in. So this is, where's number 4? So I was right. This piece right here is where this white cord or whatever color is going to go. It goes inside of here. It's a feeder. So you put it inside. So that's cool. All right. This really requires instructions. Get out of here. I got to pay attention. I wonder if it gets hot or not. So that's also something to kind of be aware. Yep, there's heating time is affected by the environmental temperature. So be advised of that. It is advised to unload the filament when not in use. Okay. So it just tells you how to load it, tells you how to unload it. This is the equipment right here. This equipment is suitable for 8-year-olds, blah, 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 blah. Don't use. This is the warning information. Here we are right here. This is the different. So I was right. These are the different colors. So you'll put that inside of there and it'll feed it and you'll just start. I'm not even going to say drawing. It just seems like it just comes out the bottom of the pen is my guess. Let's see, heating emission, heat nozzle. So you want to keep your fingers away from the heat part right here. Never put your finger right here because it seems like the heat actually is like an exhaust for it for safety reasons. All right. It says load filament button down here. Unload filament button. All right, so I'm guessing it goes up and down when you load it to the top. So this is the filament uptake, which is where the colors go, which I'll show you guys in another video in real time. Not another video, I'm sorry, in another segment. And all right, so it seems pretty simple to use. The tip, the filament should be smooth and flat when loading it to the 3D printing pen as shown. So not like, so like this, not like that, like that. All right. Pen is not heating up. And this is basically troubleshooting issues in case you come across anything. So like I always say, pause the video, screenshot it if necessary in case you have this, you lost the instructions, so you'll know exactly what to do. Now, with that being said, that is the instruction part. We are going to go into the next section. I'm going to plug this bad boy up, let it charge up a little bit, and do some artwork. All right, guys, so I have my wife right here. That's her arm. We're going to go ahead and show you how to use this thing. So the first step is, this is the charger we talked about earlier today. You're going to plug this up. So while it's red, means it's charging. As you can see right here, when it's green, it's ready to go. And it looks like you have to actually keep this plugged in when you use it. I don't think you could unplug it because there's no physical on or off buttons right here. So in order to feed it, she wants to use black, right? So here's the black string. It looks like right here, you put this in a way so you guys can actually see it. Whoops.
Here.
Whoopsie.
I can hold it.
You got it? Yeah. Put yourself to work. There you go. Watch the intake in the front. Get your finger. See this part right here? That's the intake, so watch your finger. Okay. What you do, because it takes about 5 minutes or so, they say, for it to turn green. You feed it right here into the hole. You press this button, which is down. It's supposed to take it, but it's not taking it at the moment. Ooh, is that getting hot?
Yeah, it gets hot. Yeah. It's heating up.
Okay. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, guys, is we're going to wait a few minutes for this to turn green. And when it does, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to feed it so you can actually use the apparatus, put it that way. Okay, so we're back. It's green. This is what you do. So it looks like you're supposed to take this on the top, this wire that you have right here, and we're supposed to feed it on the top. That's what it says you're supposed to do. I'm going to press it in. And then the buttons on the side, there is a way to, if you press the plus button right here, this is the go in, this is the go out button. You're able to feed this wire right here and it goes into the machine itself. So we can see if that works. Yep, it is working. So it's feeding the wire. It's going into a side of it. I don't know how this is for like 8-year-olds and plus, because this seems actually mighty dangerous based on what they're saying it does. And it seems like you would need an adult with this. So I do not suggest you doing this without a adult. Okay, now with that being said, what I'm going to go ahead and do is kind of move this over right here so we can get it on top of this. Now it says if you see how it's coming out?
Yeah, so what I do? Just start drawing?
I don't know, man. This is weird. Here you go. Do your thing. Just watch the front. Press that button again one time, the forward.
This one?
Yeah. That stops it. When you press it again, it does it again. So if you press the button once, what happens is that it stops the feed, the line. If you press it again, it starts up again. So if you look at what she's doing, honestly, I don't know what that is.
I'm trying to make Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse is a bunch of circles.
Yeah, I know, but aren't you supposed to do like layers?
Listen. What you do? Now, that's the thing. You're able to actually do layers on this based on a box where I'm assuming that once it dries, you're able to actually, and if you put this on other material, it won't sit the same way that it's sitting right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently it dries up after the heat and you're actually able to pick it up depending on how you make it. Or you can just trace it over paper and you're good to go. So as you guys can see, let me just go ahead and move this right here. That's what she's doing. The string is being fed into this and it's coming out when it's being heated up. It goes into that like that liquidy form that you see right here. And then you're able to do like a type of, it's not quite acrylic. I don't even know what you would call this. To be honest, I don't know why this is called 3D. I'm guessing because you're able to pick it up once you're done. That's why it's considered 3D. Be careful, you don't want that to touch and then it gets stuck in other pieces.
Okay. This is my version of Mickey Mouse.
I don't know what that is. That looks like a busted tire. It's all right. So we'll just keep doing this real fast. Yo, this is not anything that I expected it to be based on the box. But it does seem like a little bit of fun. I don't know how much of it it's using though. It seems like you would need a repair. Not repair, but more of it. I guess you can order online or something like that. But actually, this isn't bad. Like, as you guys can see how it's it looks like it's thickening a little bit?
Yeah. It's actually really fun.
Okay, so she seems to enjoy it. So I could definitely see if younger children or even adults would like this. But understand that, you know, you're probably not going to know what you're doing the first time around. And just be very careful, because you don't want a child to use this on their own, because they could possibly burn themselves, especially with the front of the pen, which has like this intake where heat comes out of it. So be careful of that. But like I said, it has to be plugged in at all times. When you're using it, you just unplug it when you're done. I would suggest letting it cool down for a few minutes and then going from there. So anyway, I'm going to stop this recording right now. All right, guys. So right here, I'm going to show you how to unfeed it. So we're going to unplug the product right here. And normally you would wait a few minutes for this to basically, what's the word I'm looking for here, to cool down, because you don't want to touch the bottom of it, as you can see, because it heats up whatever this material is. And if you look at the front of what my wife is doing, hold on, let me pull it up for you guys. Here you go. So this is it warm?
Yeah, no, it's not.
All right, so this is how the product would technically come out, as you can see right here. Obviously, if you're an artist, it'll probably come out a little bit better. But it just goes to show that that's why they call it 3D, because when you make the design, you can stop, put something else in like a feed, and then layer the top of this to make objects. So I'm just going to show you guys how to.
And it cools really fast.
Yes, it cools within literally, what, a minute at the most? 20 seconds
like
or so?
minute, yeah.
About a minute. So just say about 60 seconds after you make it, it cools down. So anyway, this is how you unfeed it. So what you're going to want to do is, like I said before, this is the button to make this wire. I'm sorry, I'm all out of camera view. Come out at that end. You press the opposite button. Oh, you know what? I do have to keep it plugged in. Oh man. So it looks like I have to actually wait for this to turn green again. When it does, I'll start the video up again and show you how to unfeed it, which means take this out to switch to a different color. All right, guys, so it is recording again, and I'm going to go ahead and press the back button. That stops it. When you press it again, it will go backwards, and this will actually come out, as you can see. See it coming out? It does take some time because this is all the way at the bottom. Just give it a minute. You don't have to pull it. All you got to do is just let it come out on its own, and it comes out just like that. And as you can see, that's the skinny part. So like the instruction says, you might have to take some scissors and cut this even right here, this little piece, to make it square to be able to go back inside and feed. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can get the rest of this out. Anything coming out of it? Yeah, don't touch that. I turned it on. I turned it on. I don't want you to touch that. You might burn yourself. Okay, so if you press one forward, press it again, turn it off. If you go backwards, you press it again and turn it off. Cool. What color you want?
White.
Yeah, so she wants white. So like we did before, you just feed it, place it inside. As you can see, make sure it's in there. You don't have to jam it, just make sure it's in there. Then you're going to press the forward button so that it will go inside, and it's slowly but surely going inside now. So, wow. Pause. Let's wait for it. Here you go. Here's your pen. And I am going to come back over here. I'm just going to wait for this. I wouldn't touch that because that part is heating up. So I'm guessing that it's going to push out what's remaining when it heats up. And the white's going to come out probably.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. So now it's coming out on its own because it had an opportunity to heat out. Whatever black that's remaining in it is going to come out on its own. And as you can see, the white string is going to follow it. Which honestly looks kind of silver than white. Oh yeah, it definitely looks white. It looks white. And that is how you use the machine. Very simple, very simplistic. I gotta be honest with you, for $10, this is not a bad invention at all. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think this is a really cool invention. Now what I will say, that this is not something that you want to give to a kid without any type of supervision. You want to make sure that you set it up yourself. You want to make sure that you use it yourself and you test it to make sure everything works. Please be aware. Don't skip the rest of this video. If you did skip it, the pen will heat up. That's why I have the heat exhaust right here for the people that skipped that part of the video. You want to keep your hands away from that at all times. And like I said before, this is a very cool device. I like it. I was surprised of it, and it allows you to build things. And you know, for the kids that love the Minecraft, I think the Minecraft, like I'm an old man, I play it myself. They're going to definitely like this guy right here. This is pretty cool. I think this is a very good invention. It's definitely worth the $10. If you were to go into an art and craft store, I would assume that this would probably cost a lot more than $10, especially given the fact that it comes with multiple colors right from the get-go. Right from the get-go. I'm not too sure if you can replace the colors or not. That's something that we need to do by going to the Bytech website and double checking. But I think that for you guys that are interested in 3D pens, this is a decent entry pen, meaning just to give you the idea of if I even want to mess with this at all, you play around with it, cost you a whopping $10 for the entire kit. And if you decide, hey, I want to do more professional work or ABCD, buy a better one. But anyway, like and subscribe like always. And like I said before, make sure you're with a parent when you're using this. I do not suggest a child to use this alone, especially if they're accident prone. I'll put it that way. Anyway, like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.